What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate versus rants, no hate. So I want to talk a little bit about Rocky Marciano. Marciano, as we know, 49 and 0, still the only heavyweight to do that, to end his career undefeated. And it's not an easy record to break. Um, it's hard to stay undefeated. People come up with a lot of different scenarios, and it's just not, stand. I've heard people say things like being undefeated is not everything, or being undefeated doesn't mean you're the best, or it's harder to come back from defeat than it is to stay undefeated, which to me is like stupid. But hey, people have their opinions. Marciano, he was a bruiser, he was a brawler. You know, um, he did something that a lot of fighters, that they find hard to do. His style, he took a lot of punishment, he gave a lot of punishment. The wear and tear on your body, man, it's easy for people to say what a fighter should or shouldn't do. And, I would have did this, I would have did that, and boxing is a grueling sport. He retired at just 32 years of age. To retire with your mind together, you know, um, to have the money you need to take care of yourself and your family. I mean, it's a sport, man, and I feel like if you're boxing, you should be getting paid, and it's not easy. You're not going to just get big money just because you're a boxer. Depends on how far you go. A lot of times it's who you know. It's a lot of politics in boxing, but Marciano, I mean, he had some big fights, man. Roland Lozano, if I'm saying his name right. He had two fights with that guy. Knocked him out. First fight, people were saying that they thought he should have won the fight. Pretty much, Marciano got the decision. He beat him both times. You know, beat Ezet Charles twice. Um, beat Joe Lewis. Um, of course, he won his title from Jersey Joe Walcott. Um, and in his last fight, Archie Moore beat him. Being able to walk away from the sport that young and, understand something too in boxing, depends on people, the way people see things. Because by the time you're 30, 34, 33, 34, people already saying you're old. I remember when watching the video of Muhammad Ali when he was training for George Foreman. And I remember the person doing the video saying, Muhammad Ali is trying to get that 32-year-old body back in shape, and then they further talking about how um, at his advanced age, and I'm saying, damn, he was only 32 when he fought Foreman. And he's saying at his advanced age. So, yeah, I mean, a boxer's lifespan, and especially if you are taking a lot of punishment, you're considered 32 is no spring chicken for boxing. That's um, a lot of fighters were done by the time they were 34, 35 years old. They were considerably different, So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like Marciano, it was, when you have that feeling like, what, I've done enough. You've taken punishment, you've given it. Like I said, you got your money together, you got your mind together. Get out the sport. We've seen a lot of fighters stick around way past their primes and then lose to guys that they would have destroyed in their primes. But it's boxing, and once it's in you, it's in you. And Marciano, he was a guy that he gave it and he took it. Now that basically is something that he did that a lot of fighters, you know, when they find it in them to walk away. Andre Ward did it. Floyd did it. They were still in their 30s, but Andre Ward was 34. It's one of those things, though, man. Like a lot of fighters, I wish that they could find something other than boxing to do so they don't get in there and get hurt. Because you got a lot of fighters retiring and brain damage broke, and it's just not a pretty sight. But just wanted to speak on the career of Marciano for a little bit. And that's all I will say on this video. Catch y'all on the next one.